Alright guys, we're back out here tonight. Show you guys what we got going. So hopefully by now you guys understand that I'm pretty much an open book, and I'm going to share with you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. And believe me, there are all three of those things when it comes to running a business. So I'm going to show you guys what happened with the bushings. Alright guys, I apologize. We lost audio again on this one. So here's the bushings. They turned out great. I did have a couple of issues on this. So the first issue that I ran into was I got to the very last bushing, very last pass to cut the length on the bushing, 5/1000ths left to cut, and I had been adjusting the half nut on the lathe, and when that happened, I think I over-tightened it just a little bit, and I went to move the carriage closer to the part to touch off. It was kind of sticky, and so when I went to move it in, it wasn't smooth anymore. It kind of stuck a little bit. And when it finally went, it slammed into the part. And when it did, it jammed itself in the chuck and it marred the part. It put some real ugly dings in the side of it. I didn't want to turn that into the customer, especially where they're a first-time customer. So I ended up having to call into Salt Lake, order another piece of material. I decided while I was at it, I would order enough material for 2 bushings, because on one of the other bushings, the bit caught when I was milling the slots, and it ended up putting a little ding where one of the grooves is, and I just didn't like it. I don't think it would have any effect on the functionality of the part, but I don't like the look of it. And like I said, being a first-time customer, I decided it would probably not be a good idea to give that to them. So what I ended up doing is I machined 2 more, got them all done. They look good. Customer was happy with them. So hopefully that customer ends up giving us some more work in the future. I'm not afraid to be transparent with you guys and tell you when I make a mistake or when I screw up. Or, I think it's good to know about some of the complications that come when you own a business, and so that's why I wanted to throw that out there. Alright, so moving on, I had some pieces here sitting on the table. You can see they're not cleaned up. Bridger went ahead and drafted these parts up on the burn table, did a great job. So all that's left to do is we need to clean them up, and then I've got a drawing that I need to follow. There's also 2 holes, 2 drilled and tapped holes that I have to put in one of the parts. So I'm going to use TIG to fit this up, and pretty exciting. Just wanted to show you guys that we were able to purchase a new piece of equipment here in the shop. This is a piece of equipment that I have wanted ever since I started my business. And I kind of always had a goal that I wanted this welder. Once I ran a Miller Dynasty machine for TIG welding, I knew that that was the machine that I wanted. It's a machine that is extremely tunable and adjustable, and to be able to dial that machine right into the thickness of the material that you're welding, it's a game changer. So that's why I decided to pull the trigger on this machine, and I think it's going to be a huge help in the shop. Pretty excited about it. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to unbox it. So I'll start unboxing everything and showing you guys what we got, and we'll go from there. Alright, there's the new machine. It's smaller than I expected. but a lot of these newer machines are a lot smaller than you would think because of the inverter technology. We got some other boxes over here we're going to go through. So we obviously got the TIG runner kit. Comes with the power source, the water cooler, the cart, and then there's some other goodies here. This says accessory kit. So we'll see what's in here. Looks like a bunch of brackets for the cart. Chain to hold our bottle. And bolts. More brackets. And then there is our little foot pedal carrier that mounts to the side of the machine. This is another thing I'm really excited about, because once you've used one of these, it's hard to go back. But we ended up getting the wireless foot control, and it's just so nice not having to drag the cord around, especially like when you're welding pipe and stuff like that. It seems like it always gets tangled around your pipe stands and whatever else, so I'm excited about that. So we got our owner's manual. It's your receiver. Batteries, that's kind of nice. It better come with batteries, I can tell you that. And then our foot pedal. Weldcraft 280 torch manual. So there's our ground cable. It does come with a Weldcraft accessory kit here that's got a couple different size cups. Goodness. Looks like it also comes with gas lenses, so that's pretty cool. That's actually the first accessory kit that I've seen that comes with a Miller that comes with the gas lenses. 3 sizes of tungsten to get you started, a number 8, a number 7, and a number 6 cup. So that's pretty cool. Back cap. Regulator. I actually didn't know that this came with a regulator, and I believe, yeah, I thought so. I thought I remembered hearing that Smith was owned by Miller, so comes with a Smith regulator. I believe that this stuff is all part of the TIG runner kit. And then our torch. Got a gas hose, and then there's our torch. I don't believe this comes with the flex neck, which I prefer the flex neck, but you can swap out the torch body with the flex neck. I think it's a good idea to go a little overkill so that you don't start cooking your consumables like your torch and stuff. I have seen guys that have melted their torches because they're running too small a torch for what their machine's rated for or what type of work they're doing. I like the 280 torch. And then the only other thing we've got is our jugs of coolant, which is also part of the TIG runner kit. Being that this machine comes with the Coolmate, they throw in the 3, I shouldn't say they throw in, but the 4 bottles of coolant are included in the kit. So we should have everything here to hook it up, and we should be welding tonight. So let's get after it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'll start putting this together. I'm not going to time lapse it, but I am going to speed it up just because there's a lot here. I'd like to get it all hooked up so I can run it tonight, and I'm hoping to get that part built, but we'll just see what happens. We'll see how long this takes, so let's get after it. Alright guys, we got the machine all set up. This is kind of what it looks like all rolled up. It's amazing to me how tight and small of a package this really is. So we'll go ahead and kick it on. Whew. Pouring all that coolant in that Coolmate made me need to tinkle. Stand by. Alright, we're back, so let's go ahead and power this on. We'll see what she looks like. Like I said, I did fill the coolant tank full, and I did unhook the return line, and I stuck it in the fill port and just let it cycle. I've already ruined the surprise for myself. I've already seen what it looks like, but we'll show you guys right now what it looks like when it's on. It's actually pretty quiet too. It's a heck of a lot quieter than my old Syncrowave. So you can choose your process here. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then it looks like this. Oh yeah. So you roll this, and then I'm assuming you push that, and that will select it. So we'll hit the home button. So we are going to start out on DC with high freak start, running 332 tungsten. I do still need to get those parts cleaned up. Oh, that's the other crazy thing, is the Coolmate actually shuts off when you're not using it, so I really like that. I like that it's not just continually running. And I'm sure once you bump the pedal, it probably starts up again. We'll start out at, I don't know, 125 amps. Pre-flow, post 2 seconds, post-flow, auto. That's interesting, auto. Looks like you can purge it. That's pretty cool. Pretty amazing, some of the features that are on this. Okay, well, we've got all kinds of time to figure out all the neat features, but I do have a job to get done, so I'm gonna go ahead and hurry and clean up these parts, get them all prepped up, and then I'm gonna pull out the drawing real quick, figure out how it goes together, and then we'll kind of start putting it together and we'll give her a try. So here we go. Alright, so after looking at the drawing, this piece, hopefully you can see that. So this piece is this piece, and I just remembered there's 2 threaded holes on that, which are 1/4 20. So I got to lay this out and drill and tap these real quick. So I'm going to do that now, and then it will be ready to start fitting. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm just looking at my drawing. Looks like we got to draw a line 5/8 off this side, 5/8 off this side. So we're going to put our lines here. I'm really hoping the power stays on. The reason I say that is because we're currently in a blizzard. It is snowing and the wind is howling. Hopefully the power can stay on while we get this job finished. This piece mounts here. Okay, so we'll start there. I'm going to grab a little square, and then it's time to strike an arc. Alright, so I did turn my pedal on. I pushed that button, and the little receiver on the machine is now glowing. So I think if I push the pedal, it should be good. So here we go. So I am using ER70S, just regular mild. This TIG rod is a 1/16 inch thick. All right, here we go. First arc with the new machine. And yes, it is very smooth. Okay, so I got just a little tack on there. I'm sure there's going to be some haters out there that are going to be complaining because I didn't grind all the mill scale off. In most cases with something like this, where it's not structural, it's holding a laser that weighs probably 4 ounces, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. If it was something more crucial, or if it was like a beauty contest or something, then yeah, I might grind all the mill scale off, but it's going to look good when we're done, and it's going to hold. So we'll be fine. So now this piece is going to go down here, and this piece is going to go here, like so. But one thing you do want to get off, and I'm not saying you shouldn't get the mill scale off, because you should, and I still may hit this with a wire wheel just to get the mill scale off before I really weld it out. But just to tack it, we're fine. But one thing that will mess you up is plasma slag. If you don't get that off, you will fight it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this, make sure I get all the plasma slag off there, and then we'll get this piece tacked here. Now that's going to mount just like that. We do want to make sure we're square. Okay, now I'm going to add a tack to the back side of this. Okay, same thing. Anywhere where you're going to weld, I'm going to go ahead and buff that slag off. Alright, so I got some shims put on here. That's going to help me hold it right where it needs to be. That arc start is extremely crisp. Okay, so we got this stupid little gusset, which I'm not sure what the point of that is. But it's got to go on there, so I guess we'll put it on there. So the gusset goes 5/8 in. I think it's funny that they think they need a gusset, but whatever. What do I know? I'm not an engineer. If they tell me they want a big order of these, I'm gonna have to build a jig. This little gusset is a treat. Goodness. What a ridiculous thing. Alright, well, we'll throw some weld on that, and then it should be pretty well done. We're not going to use a whole lot of weld. We're just going to put enough on there to hold it. It's not going to need a ton, so we'll probably just put little half-inch stitches or something. Turning out sweet. That welder is sweet. Alright guys, we got our 2 parts done. Went ahead and did that off camera. Just had to break that here and on the 2 ends. We did get our piece built. The machine was fantastic. It's awesome. I'm excited to see what it can do. This turned out pretty good. I'm gonna get these 2 parts to the customer, and then these are prototypes. They're gonna try them out, and if they decide they like them, they're gonna get back to me and have me build quite a few, I guess. So it's 10 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna go in the house and eat dinner and shower and go to bed. So I'm pretty excited about the new machine. I think it's gonna be an awesome addition to the shop. I'm excited to see what it can do. I think that's going to wrap this one up. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. See you on the next one.